Yo, what up, guys? Sounds good, Leo. Oh man, I cannot wait to be able to just like deep clean this office. There's just all the dust and stuff from the construction is killing me. Okay, so we are working on writing some property tests for our FFI module or library, specifically because we have some casting. We do some casting in here to obscure the underlying runtime representation of what some of our data structures look like, and to try to treat some of our types as nominal rather than structural. So I just want to make sure we are zipped up and tight and tidy and got everything right here. So the way I like to write test is using a library called FastCheck, which is a property testing framework. Oh, that's an example. Here we go. So it basically will, you will generate your inputs using this library. So you can be like, I need an input of a type string or of, a type user, and you can make your own arbitrary user where this library can spit out arbitrary users, and it will run your code and your function like hundreds of times, trying different variations to try to break it. It's really, really good. Ooh. Okay, so we need to open up ChatGPT because ChatGPT writes most of my tests for me. All right, I actually want to tweet a link to this. Can I share this? I can. Let's go. Oh God, the freaking lag drives me bananas. All right, that should help that problem. Let's go to the old twatter. What are we gonna say here? My biggest use case of ChatGPT is using it to write tests for me. I seed it with an example test suite and then ask it to write tests for new code for me. Check out literal self-report. Check out an example here. Got an engagement bait. Then we can come over here and we can pull open our tests. And we can do this. Jesus Christ. You gotta write a property testing framework in Bash, bad cop. Or even better, write it in Zig and submit it as your job application to Bun. You don't write tests? Yeah. I don't either. ChatGPT does. I just run them. You think ChatGPT writing my test is bad? I like having ChatGPT write my tests because it saves me a ton of time and it gets my test cases probably 95% right. I mean, obviously, once I get the code, I treat it like a code review, right? Like, I'm not just blindly pasting tests in, but it saves the time. I think it's ideal to write as few tests as you can to cover as much critical surface problem. Yeah, that's fair. I like using property testing when I have critical pieces of my application that are also pure functions. Property testing, even in strongly typed languages, property testing can unveil a lot of bugs and edge cases you would have never even thought about. Property testing is like fuzz testing. It's like it's going to try a bajillion different edge cases in the single test or in the one test run. Yeah, that Leo put it perfectly. I use property testing for math homework. That's so smart. Plus, this is a library, and I want to test this heavily. I don't know if you were here when I first started talking about this. I am doing casting in here from Melange's underlying runtime to basically simulate nominal types because I don't want to expose the underlying data structures that Melange uses, because if someone were to edit those before it passed back into the OCaml layer or Melange layer, that would be really bad. So I'm trying to hide that as much as possible. So I want to also take, I also want to make sure that these casts are as safe as possible. Hot take: state machines are considered harmful. Why expand on that take? I like state machines. The YAML dev is here. What up, Kyle? All right, let me computer scientist in shambles. You've got JavaScript devs trying to represent their whole. That's why you decompose your state machine into a bunch of tiny state machines. Oh, that's exactly what Leo just said. Okay. So let's see here. Let's go to our tests. These are all passing right now. We've got 2Array covered. What is my keybind to collapse everything underneath? Was it ZA? Nope. ZC? Also no. ZC? I always forget the frickin' keybinds. All right. I think state machines are useful for a lot of the kind of development I do. So we've got of array, 2Array, and now we need to do empty. All right, so let's go grab, yoink that, bump that over, ChatGPT. Now write tests for empty. What up, Dave? This is very good, bad cop. If this doesn't get you a job at Bun, I don't know what will. What up, Brett? Morning, trash puppy.
Describe the world.
I just blatantly steal bad cops content to regurgitate on Twitter for engagement. All right, did this thing spit out our test yet? Yeah, so let's yoink these, come over to our test suite, and throw that in there. We need a describe block. And we gotta review these in a second. She is upstairs, sleeping still. Oh wait, you're talking about my actual mom, not my girlfriend. My mom is not here today. Although I'm sure she would love to be. Bad cop is Dylan's ghostwriter. It's true. I don't make any of my own content. All right, so it should create an empty list with 0 length. That looks good. It should create a list that is considered empty. That's a stupid test case. It should return an empty array when converted to an array. That's a good test case. It should not be able to retrieve any element. That actually doesn't throw, by the way. And that's going to we don't need that. What's this subset about? I hate you, Ryan. Let's see here. Why is this getting inferred? Oh, it's inferring. Right. So let's say this is a list of unknown. Argument of type. Sure. Can we do any? Sure, that works better. And we'll say result is error. And we'll say to be true. Do I have that? I do. Excellent. All right, let's test that. We have a terminal open. We can kill that one. Is that the enterprise fizzbuzz? Oh, it's not. My favorite's enterprise fizzbuzz. Fizz is string cycle. That's clever. That's clever, Alice. Listen, my favorite fizzbuzz of all time. If you don't like enterprise fizzbuzz, I can't help you. You're just not going to make it as a developer. Like, clearly we need an application context holder, which implements our application context aware. This is just, it's not safe. It's not enterprise grade if you don't have this. Yeah, Xanath is right. If you don't write software like this, I don't think I could work with you or hire you. Isn't this how I ended up writing object-oriented OCaml like 2 months ago, Alice? Didn't we have this up again? I was like, oh, we should do this in OCaml. Let's test. If I could type. Oh, we got a fail. Oh, interesting. That's not what I would have expected. So what should happen, I guess, in the case at 0? Nth option. Oh, it should be a result. Nth opt, so it should be a none to result. It should be not found. Interesting. Is it going to be okay if we say is okay? Or is this just completely borked? So it's okay. What's the easiest way to get some output here? That evaluates to 0? Really? Why does that go to 0? List of array. To list. Oh, I guess it is 0. Is that how melange represents an empty list, is just 0? It doesn't use this structure? Okay, then I need to change some codes. See, this is a good example of why writing these tests was good. Leo, stop getting nerd sniped. Go clean your apartment. Okay, so and so this needs to be wrapped in an extra set of parens. And then we need or maybe list equals 0. So Dave, if you're still here, will list.nth option only return none if you provided a negative value? Is that how that works? I mean, I guess I can go look at the code, right? Yeah. So it throws, right? Let's see here. We get a list. Oh, wait, what? Is that backwards? Is that data first? Am I crazy? Is that what the standard library does? Sorry for the flashbang, chat. At opt. Is that not even a what? Nth opt, right? Idiot. Returns none if the list is too short. So it takes the list as the first argument. Oh, I have that wrong. Huh. Okay. So this is actually yeah. The vibes are immaculate this morning. Okay, so So in this case, if n is less than 0, we don't hit there. Our list is our list. Our position, while true, that is going to be 0. Our list is going to be a list. Empty arrays are truthy, right? Yeah, they're truthy. So we hit this case. If n equals 0, we get the list at head, but that's going to be undefined. So we come in here. BS private nested sum none. We should get this back. Right? We hit undefined, we return this structure. We return that out. So that is a sum. That does become a sum. Oh, that's weird. Is that how things should actually work in Melange? Let's see here. Let's say we have a list, and we'll just say it's going to be 1. Actually, it's just going to be empty, right? And then if we do let underscore equals, and then we'll say let val equals, of course, value is a reserved word. List.nth opt. Take the list first and 0 in, we'll just return a unit, or return value, I guess.
Functions describe the world.
Is that not the right function? JS dot, God, I hate not having key bindings. There we go. Where's my output? Live. JavaScript output. What? Nth opt. Okay, so how's this working? Clearly, I'm not understanding something here. Because I would have expected, based on that compiled output, Melange list.js. So we drop into here, right? We do hit this. We have to hit this branch. And we would drop into camel option. Oh, wait a second. Hold on. List.head would be undefined, right? So this value is going to be a 0. Ah, okay, so it's not undefined. Or no, it is going to be undefined because we try to do 0.head. It's not going to be there. So we get this BS private nested sum back. And that just returns straight out. So I would expect the log, unless JS log does something fancy, which it's not, right? Because we're just directly logging the value. I'm so confused at how this is working. Like what? If we say, oh man, I'm not gonna have camel option sum. So let's say const camel option equals this, and we'll just fill in sum ourselves. So we'll do that. And this takes x. What? I just need one more. Sure, there we go. So now we should be able to call nth opt on 0, 0. We get undefined back. How does that work? Oh, it's this one because 0 is falsy. Ah, right? Bang, bang, 0. False. Okay. Classic JavaScript. So we're not even getting into this. All right. That was really confusing. We have to go update our implementation here. It's this one. Where was that implementation that we were just working on? It was at, right? Yeah, here we go. So what does toResult do now? We're gonna pass into here. So that's gonna return a none. Okay, that should be doing what we expect, because this is gonna be undefined. What's up, Egla Dorsey? How you doing this morning? uh, I hope Bun sees that response to the tweet I put out. Bad cop. Just work. Pretty much just open source, and interviewing. Hopefully we get the job offer today, chat. I got some positive news yesterday, and I'm not gonna breathe a sigh of relief until I have the actual offer, but it's sounding like it might be today. Leandro, I just saw you like my tweet. Stop it. Go clean your apartment. Put your phone down. So this should be, maybe after we flip-flopped the arguments here, we fixed the problem. Doesn't look like it. Bun test. So we're still getting a test. We're getting 0. How the frack are we getting 0? If maybe value, we're just gonna, damn it. I can't log here. And I can't throw. I'm doing CSS, I want to die. Just use Tailwind. Damn it, chat. I just spilled coffee on myself. I don't know if anyone saw that. Very skillful coffee drinker over here. I'm so confused at how we are. Okay, no, that makes sense that this would be 0 actually. Right, hold on. I'm just an idiot. Classic skill issues. Damn it, skill issues. But I'm glad I caught this because, you know, this is what testing is for. Not that I test often, but when I do. There we go. Had my order of operations backwards. Okay. Should return should return a error result if really this is a test for at. To do move to at test. Okay, that's good. That was good. That was a pain in the ass, but we caught some bugs. Let's move our terminal to the right side. So let's come up here and quit that. Come down here, kill that. Do one of these. Make that smaller. Something like this. Yeah, perfect. Now we get better feedback. And bad cop, send me proof that you finished. Send me proof that you finished your keyboards, and I will enable you to try to win one. Just do it on stream. Hold yourself accountable. All right, so what's next? We got empty. Now we want to do is empty. Now write tests for. I can never type tests. It's impossible. Hey, bun is now a shell. You gotta off ramp without using zig. They I went to write melange bindings for bun shell, and they didn't have their types published. All right, what test cases do we have? That looks good. That looks good. These test cases are the same. And I mean, that last test case is fine. So let's yoink this and go back to our test. I should harpoon this. This is going to be is empty. And then the worthless test was I would remember to publish the types. Honestly, like, I think that should be your whole application. Like, I would hire you on the basis of that. This is so good. This is so good. We're gonna meme you into being hired, or at least interviewed at Bun. I will not rest until it happens. Yeah, but they could have, the bash person. All right, what was the worthless test? It was this one. Because we test that above. Yeah, we don't need that. Garbage test. Great. And then we have is list. Was it yank around paragraph? Yeah. Now do is list. Can I star this? I can. Let's go. I can close a bunch of this stuff. All right, let's see what it spit out here. Is list. Should return true for an empty list. Cool, that's a good test. Should return true for a non-empty list. Great. Should return false for a non-list of objects. This, I think, will actually fail. Because TypeScript. Return false for primitive types. Dot. What? Is that really? Does fast check not have null? Fast check should definitely have null. Be probably, yeah, constant. Yeah. And then we'll do the same thing here. This is also going to fail, right? It's going to fail when this is 0. Yeah, that's what we want. Should return false for arrays. That should be good. Should return false for functions. Sure, should return true for a value that is strictly equals 0. Yeah. Yeah, that actually looks good. So let's see where we're failing right now. We're failing on, yeah, because that is a list. I don't think that's a fair test. Maybe it is, though. Okay. Okay, yeah. So we need to clean this function up a little bit. Let's think about what we have to do here. How did the interviews go? Interviews have gone really, really well. I have 2 offers right now from crypto companies. I don't have the second one yet, but I am just waiting on the actual offer. And then I'm waiting on a third. I have like one more round with a third crypto company. I am most of the way through the process with a fintech, and then I'm also waiting on my top choice, which is the Triangle company. And I got positive feedback yesterday that it's sounding pretty positive, and I'm hoping I have an offer by end of day today. Yeah, it would be good because one of the companies that I have an offer from right now I got last week, and they're being a little pushy on getting an answer from me. So I keep having to like, can you give me another couple days? What's interesting though, chat, is I'm not like a diehard crypto person. Like I'm not super into crypto. I think it can have some interesting use cases and there's some value, especially in particularly USDC and stablecoins. I think there's real utility there. But if you're job hunting or you're looking to jump your salary and you can tolerate a turbulent industry, I would recommend interviewing at crypto companies because they pay insanely high. Like, you can demand pretty high salaries from crypto companies. I wouldn't say they're desperate. I would say that they are sitting on ridiculous reserves of money. Um, yeah. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. It's annoying that I have to write this. Well, I guess you could have a list of options. This is stupid. Well, options are going to be, how is the none variant represented? Okay, it has a tag. Okay, so that's okay. We were going down the right path there. And then this is going to be this is so annoying. We should recursively call this. That's an expensive check. But it's probably what we want. We can note that this is expensive. My experience with crypto is volatile. Yeah, same ons. That's why I'm job hunting. The crypto company I worked at is unfortunately shutting down. I will say the crypto company I worked at, I'm really bummed about it shutting down because we just got hit with like bad timing and bad luck. And I really did like my job, even though I'm not like a diehard crypto person. I think there are some decent crypto companies out there, but I think they're kind of like a diamond in the rough to find. But if you're looking for just money, you know. Is list. I can't believe I'm about to write a recursive function right here. Morning, Bio. What were they building? So we were building a platform for institutions. So think banks, hedge funds, other like institutions like that to access DeFi. And one of our really stellar and novel products was a data API. And basically, you could ask of our API for statistics on pretty much any smart contract or protocol or market in DeFi and get like to the millisecond and fully historical statistics on that stuff. And that just doesn't exist anywhere. And it was a really well polished thing. We just got hit with bad timing around client acquisition and not being able to raise like a bridge round with favorable terms. And, the story kind of writes itself. I'm in my 40s. I need more than just money these days. When I was younger, money and experience was all that mattered. Yeah, I'm definitely getting to the point where I've been really fortunate throughout my 20s to have really well-paying and high-paying jobs. And now the job itself is kind of more important in what I work on. So I feel that. I'm definitely going to take a pay cut if I don't take one of the crypto offers, but that's okay. Boomer Club. Leo, is your apartment clean? So did that just run? I can't tell. No, that's not running. Come on, bun. There we go. All right, so that passed now. Yeah, okay. We should note that this is an expensive function. Is at note. What do we have here? Remarks, is that a thing in JS docs? I swear like there was like a remarks, wasn't there? Or is that ODoc? I don't know. Note, this can be an expensive operation, it will traverse the entire list. All right, let's actually make this a little bit more readable. Let's write some better stuff here. Const list is object equals no. Const list is not null, and then we'll say list has head. Yeah, sure. Really? Dude. Shouldn't that narrow it? How did that not narrow my list? As const should narrow right. Let's try. Hold on. Let me make sure that works. Yeah, okay. So you're saying, no, I can't do that there, right? Where, I guess this could be a T, right? You do that instead. We could write a type here to infer the actual type of the list. That might be interesting. And then we could use a type guard to cast. So right now we're just trying to narrow it to an object, which I would have assumed this check right here, that first check, would have narrowed it. But it needs to be like in band. So we could do like maybe list object equals maybe list as object. Can we do that? No. This is so dumb. I hate TypeScript. Bun enabling JS and the server to continue to improve. That crosses my line. I use Bun because it makes writing TypeScript not suck. I don't have to worry about configuring everything and dealing with all the bullshit, and that's why I like Bun. Ryan is my agent, schedule with him. All right, whatever. We're just going to go back to casting here. I don't really care.
Functions describe the world.
How can I cast? How can I cast a variable to another type in TypeScript? I just want to like, I'm really annoyed that this doesn't narrow it. Like we basically have to go, this is stupid. Const maybe list object equals, yeah. So stupid. Oh my God. All right, fuck this. We're just gonna add comments. List is an object. List is not null. You know what? We're just gonna write a better comment. Melange represents lists as head value, tail, 0 or list. Head will not be undefined or null. Tail
Functions describe the world.
Don't tell me that, Copilot. This is a perfect check. Copilot with a sick burn suggesting this is kind of a hack. Okay, whatever, that's good enough. I'm tired of working on this bit. That all looks good. Let's collapse this function. I gotta send this to DevDad when we're done. I've been trying to get him on the fast check train. All right, I'm gonna go throw my mug on the charger. I'll be right back. Okay, so up next we got isList, and then we have head. So back to ChatGPT. Now write fast check tests for list.head. Yep, same, Ryan. Leap at the wheel. To retrieve. Come on, fast check. That's a good test. It's just throwing an error for an empty list. That's false. Oh, fuck, it does throw. Okay, we don't want that. We want to return an option. So this will end up being a option T. Speaking of the devil himself, DevDad, we are writing fast check tests this morning.
Functions describe the world.
What up, Delta? What up, Raiders? You want to see fast check? Okay, give me a second. Let me make this terminal a little bit bigger over here. Look at this. So we just ran 900 expect calls, right? And we have very minimal test suites. Let me get this finished being written real quick. 1 second. I'll get a shout out here and we'll go over our fast check tests. Oh, we are 10xing today for sure. So here we will say option dot sum, and we'll wrap that. Okay, so we're still getting failures. Let's make sure this error message is correct. It's going to be yank around that, go back, view around there, paste that in there. Cool. Now let's go look at our fast checks. Fast test gives me anxiety? Why? It's so good. So this is what our test suite looks like right now. Just super simple, and we're getting thousands and thousands of tests from it. Even though our entire test suite is only 200 files and 32 tests, because your test will fail, I feel that. It's okay. All right, so argument of type unknown is not assignable. Get out of here. We'll say this is going to be a list of any. There we go. So, which test is failing? We have two, should retrieve the first element of a non-empty list, right? Because this now returns a option, right? So we need to update our test. This is actually an option. I'm not sure why our types are wrong here. Oh, right, because we have to go update this. This is going to be head takes a list of T, returns an option T. All right, so let's yoink that, go to the definition here, fix that. Selenium sucks. Saran Heroic, any tips on forming a coding habit? Start streaming. That's actually what I did. Like, that was part of my intent, was that I started by watching DevDad, right? Last March-ish, I started waking up at 6 a.m. because I was feeling really burnt out at the end of the day, and working on open source and becoming a better developer was a priority to me, and I just like didn't have the energy to do it at the end of my day. So I started waking up early, and I would put on Twitch, watch DevDad, and I would work on my own code. And then eventually kind of got inspired to just turn on my webcam and share my screen, and that's how we got here. My code got significantly worse since Malroy started streaming. All right, so this should be good, right? We should be here. That returns an option T. So if we come back to our test, why are my types? It's a list of any, that's fine. This should be an option of any. And then we should be able to say option dot unwrap. Oh, also, yeah, using Embedder would be a great option. In fact, I need to sign up for Embedder, and, you know, we're going to do this right now. Shout out DevDad for being the... I can't give a shout out? Oh, someone must have already got you. One of my mods must have got you. Awesome. So let's go to Embedder. I used to be in the beta. I don't know if I have an account anymore. Stay up to date. I should be in the beta. Is this still in beta? iOS download. I might even still have Embedder on my phone. Let's see here. I wish I could share my... All right, I don't have it installed anymore, but we're gonna do this. Chat, I would encourage you to install Embedder with me right now. Where's the App Store? We are going to Embedder. EMBTR. Wait, why can't I find it on the App Store? Oh, it's on TestFlight. One second. Do I have TestFlight? I gotta open this from my phone. My God, I can't type. I hate using my phone for typing. All right, here we go. iOS download, view in App Store, get TestFlight. We're opening TestFlight. Allow, continue, embedder, install. Opening embedder. There we are, chat. I don't know if we can see this. Let me pull up OBS. We've got embedder there. Next, start testing. Sign in with, I should probably sign in with Google. Sign in with Google, continue. Use my Gmail. What the hell? My old Main Street account's in this list. That's really weird. Embedder can send me notifications. Look at this. DM Mulroy. What makes you you? OCaml and DevDad. Let's go. Uh-oh. Oh, I had to click the button. Okay, so some feedback. I have some feedback. It wasn't clear to me that that checkbox is unchecked. Now it is checked. Dude, literally everyone says that? Okay. Quote of the day, home is where Wi-Fi connects automatically. I love it. Okay, so here's what the home screen looks like, everyone. All right, let's see. Today's task, no habits change. Let's change that. My habits. Oh, dude, this looks so good, DevDad. This is such a beautiful app. Like, real talk. Let's see here. We're going to make a custom habit, I guess. Create a new custom habit. Stream every weekday. Repeating schedule, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Forever. End date. Time of day. Yes. Morning. Details. No, that's not important. All right, here we go. Here's my first habit. Create. Complete. Boom. Completed today's task. Let me share my result. Nice. Hell yeah. We're doing it. We did it live, Dev Dad. All right, so this is a bad test. We don't want that. But we do need to figure out why this test is failing. A counterexample is an array of arrays. Got an object. Okay. That's good feedback. Counterexample is an array of arrays. So what would list.head do with an array of arrays? So if we go into launch.head, listen, your app is incredibly polished. Even if there are bugs, like I was watching you make them better a year ago, and like where it's gone from a year ago to today, like it's just amazing progress, especially the grind of only working on it in the mornings before your full-time day job. Like, dude, that's amazing. I still, especially after you release DevDad, I really, really, really think you should submit conference talks about building in public, building a community, and like entrepreneurship, because like your story is inspiring as hell. So we will return that. So let's start here. Rather than this expect case, let's start with an expect. Yep, that's a good expect case. That fails. Why does that fail? The counterexample is an array of arrays. So did that not end up catching something? See you, Delta. Thanks for hanging out. This is scary kids scaring kids. So if we change this to none, does the test pass? That's a good question. I'm glad I wrote these tests because this is highlighting. So that's not even a... Oh, I wonder if list of array is failing. This can't even throw, so that's not it. We got undefined back. I bet that was the problem. Well, that's not quite. So we got an empty object. Why would we get an empty object? Unless, I mean, that could be valid. Yeah, bad cop. I think I'm gonna stream. Justine works tomorrow for quarter end, and I think I'm gonna take some time to work on like my Twitch bot and stuff. This is not just. This is a combination of fast check and buns testing framework. So the counterexample is the input is an array of a nested array with an object. So if we converted that to a list, it's like it's not returning an option. I don't understand how it wouldn't be returning an option. List of array. List.head. List. That's fine. And then we go let's stringify our list. Okay, that looks totally fine. That's like what I would expect the list to be. We wrap it in sum, which if we, is this function broken? No. X dot. I think we're hitting this edge case right here. Because like if I do that, I would expect that we're going to see cat show up. Or not there, but if we go back to our test and we instead try to get, if we log the first element, sure, that's fine. Yeah. Okay, so we are falling through to this spot right here. So our option type is wrong. That's the problem here. Okay, so I clearly don't understand how options are represented at
describe
runtime.
the world.
I made some false assumptions. So let's go to Melange Playground again. We want 2.2. I'm not using Spotify, bad cop. I'm using Apple Music. This is Our Last Night. What the hell was I doing here? Okay, so options aren't tagged. Like results. I personally like Spotify better, but I get Apple Music for free through my phone contract. So okay, so that's just undefined. JS.undefined. Oh, that's interesting. I didn't expect that to happen. That's interesting. That a sum of a none is a sum. Is that normal? Hi.
Hi, have you been outside yet today?
No, why?
It's so nice out.
Is it really?
It's like 70 out there if I had to guess.
66.
I was so close. Yeah, it's nice.
Some, none. Maybe I'll go sit on the porch today.
You should.
Does that work? No, we can't do that, right? It's fine. Could you give your take on why you got attracted to OCaml/functional programming? I dipped my toes in OCaml during university, but since then I've mostly followed an OOP paradigm professionally. I just think it makes a lot more sense in my brain. I've always really liked the style of programming and some of the properties of functional programming, like treating data immutably and having pure functions and not mutating state and being able to pipeline, like create these nice chained pipelines of pure functions. I think it helps lead to better abstractions. Yeah, I just like generally don't like OOP in general. Yeah, once you get into like inheritance and all that stuff, like Java and C# culture with basically everything that stemmed out of the Gang of Four book is a nightmare and a disaster. And I think the Gang of Four book has cost our industry an enormous amount of money, time, and effort. Yeah, clean code falls into the same thing. Okay, so this has challenged some of my assumptions about how options are represented in Melange. So this is going to be undefined, null, undefined. Okay, given that we know that now. Good morning, Winnie. Good morning. Good morning, sweet girl. Come here. Yes. Hello. Good morning. Good morning, Bodie. Yes, I see you. Yes. Good boys. You're good boys. I know. Good morning, Baxie. Good morning, bud. Come here, Win. Up. No? Okay.
I know, I'm gonna get you breakfast. Hold on.
Are you gonna go get your puppy chow? Go get your puppy chow. Go get it. Okay, so we need to go edit our is_sum. I mean, that's fine. We prefer the vastly better term puppy breakfast in this house. Thank you very much. Get out of here. Puppy chow's where it's at. I don't understand how this is actually failing. Now it's passing? What? What? What did we change? We're running this test 100 times now. Okay. I must have just been doing something incredibly stupid. Stupid.
Hi.
What?
Do you need another coffee or anything?
Yes, please.
Do you need more water? No. You need to set that up.
What?
You need to set that up.
Yeah, I know. I'm gonna set it up once the office is done. Okay. Well, that was a weird adventure down the rabbit hole. So, let's write this test a little bit better. This isn't exactly right. This test is... It should... have the same first element as a list Sure, that looks good. And then we want another test case, which we can copy this block. And we can say, it should return a sum for a non-empty list. And then down here, we would say, is sum to be true. That looks good. And then we can do the opposite, right? We can say boom. And this doesn't even need to be a property test, right? We can just come down here and we can say const list be a list of any equals list dot of, well, we can just say list dot empty, right? And then we can do, let's see here. Const first element equals, that'll be an option, any, and we'll say list dot head list. And then we'll say this is going to be expect option is none first element dot to be true. Okay, there we go. That should be good tests on that. There we go. Okay, so we can, I want to seed this and just teach ChatGPT how we're doing this. This is the test we ended up with for head. Please take note for future tests that you generate. What we deserve. All right, so now we're gonna get list.tail. Yoink. I guess this probably needs to return an option as well, right? So if we go to here, yeah, we're gonna have to return an option on this one as well. So this will be an option list t. The tail of the list, this is empty. Yep, let's go fix this. I hate having to maintain these types twice because tsup or whatever it's called can't like pull in the right JS stocks. So I have to come down here and do this stupid thing where I have to keep these in sync. So this needs to be try catch. Oh, thank you, boo.
It's real full. Just be careful.
Oh god, I'm gonna sneeze. No, I'm not. Whoops. Yeah, that's fine. We gotta go see what this exception is. Yank around there. And then in here we'll do that. And in here we'll just return option.none. There we go there. Rust is, yeah, I think Rust is really cool. I'm excited that I'm hopefully going to potentially get to write a little bit of Rust at the new gig if I end up getting the offer. Or at least have the opportunity to write Rust. Okay, so this looks good. I need to, did I already fix this? Oh, yep, I got it. Okay, so now we need to go put this function under test. Yoink. Now write test for tail. Little Twitter break while that writes our test for us. This is my favorite thing ever. I don't want to see my own tweets, Twitter. I love this, Leandro. This is so good. Yo, my timeline is S tier. All right. I don't know what has caused my For You on Twitter to be so good, but I don't get any politics. I don't get any drama. I don't get any bullshit. I just get content that I thoroughly enjoy from people I generally thoroughly enjoy. So Twitter's got my For You algorithm nailed in. Should return none for an empty list. That's good. Should return some for a non-empty list. It should have all the elements except for the... That's perfect. That's the exact test suite we want. In fact, we can just grab this and rename. Hell yeah. Let's go. No problems this time. So up next is going to be prepend. Now we're on a roll. That we fixed our option type. Meta, I almost never click the following tab. Like my For You is just like exactly what I want from Twitter, and like I don't care to do anything else. I feel like Rust should have been more strict with its module system like OCaml to allow for single pass compilation of things. I don't fully understand what that means, but Leo always has good opinions, so I'm going to agree with Leo. I need to start weeding off some crypto shit on my feed. Nice. In Rust, you can have a bunch of cyclic stuff. Like b.rs depends on mod.rs things. So you have to parse everything that makes sense of these cycles, then resolve, compile, etc. And we can do that unless you expose it. Oh, yeah. That makes sense. Although recursive modules are a pain in the ass, and I think too syntactically heavy in OCaml. I think they're useful. I just think we could have better syntax for it. All right, sorry, I get distracted by Twitter. It should add a value to the beginning of an empty list. Good. It should add a value to the beginning of a non-empty list. It should increase the length by 1. Perfect. So let's take that and go add this to our test suite. Boom, boom, uh-oh. I forgot the describe block. Moving forward, you don't need to include the imports, and the describe block should just be the function name that is under test. They all passed. Great. And this is prepend. Oh, that would be really cool, like a PPX for that. All right, let's just double check these tests. I think I already read these, but I think this is what we want. Should have all elements except for the first. List.tail, options sum, expect list.toArray.unwrap. Nice. Nice. Wait. Oh, it must do a deep equality check there. Cool. Prepend. Add value to the beginning of the list. Good. That's a clever way to test that, but sure. Should add a value to the beginning of a non-empty list. Actually, I'd rather do this a little bit differently. Cool, that's better there. Should add a value to the beginning of a non-empty list. You can basically do the same thing. Great. Should increase the length of the list by 1. Great. Great. Okay. That looks good there. Oh, man. Shower thoughts. How come nobody gets a squeak toy breast implant? Deep thoughts with Ryan. Sabine coming in with the logic. No, right. Fast. All right. We should add notes that this is an expensive operation since it's a linked list too. Please wrap that code in a describe block with the function name as the string. Some of my components are still using map state to props. Damn, classic. All right, 2 failures, great. So let's run this as the only test here. And let's narrow it down to should add a value. Wait a second. Okay, I thought we had 3 failures for a second. 2 fail, should add a value to the end of a non-empty list. So what is going on here? We get we get an array of any's. We create a list from that array, and we say we are going to append. That seems fine. I bet I have this backwards. Okay. On the tail. What OCaml projects has OSHA's contribution while I stream while I wait for Dylan to get his shit together? Listen, Monday morning we're starting to plan the rewrite. But you should help Priv work on, or not Priv, you should help Glitchbite work on his Rust OCaml transpiler. What's happening here? So when that value gets passed in, what up, Angel?
Functions describe the world.
Thank you for the follow, Fleets and Callie and Greenish Pepper. I missed some of y'all earlier. Sorry about that. Two in the zone.
Functions describe the world.
Thank you for the follow, MooKid69. Appreciate you hanging out as well. We're breaking out the old debugger trick that Bad Cop showed us. So if we run this with a debugger, let's see here. Bun test list dot, was it inspect? And then we want to go to Chrome inspect. This doesn't seem to have hit. Oh God, I don't know which connection to go to. Add connection. Isn't it inspect? Bun inspect. Did this give me a... Yeah, there it is. I just missed it. So if we then just come over here and write, shouldn't we hit that debugger? I would have expected. How are we not hitting that debugger? Well, perfect. We're writing some tests right now for a library that is going to let us use JavaScript code from OCaml easier. Why aren't I hitting my breakpoints? This is annoying. What just happened? I have no idea what just happened. Oh, bye. Lol. Not for the faint of heart. Simply not OCaml build. What up, Priv? Should add a value. I don't know what's going on here. Can I even like see this? Well, that's interesting. Oh, because it's running the thing many, many times. That's okay. And we're testing append. Oh, Jesus. Oh, that must be Fast Track trying to do crazy shit here. It is. Yeah. That's exactly what I would expect. Like, that looks right. Or does it? That actually doesn't look right. I take it back. I figured out the problem. I'm an idiot. What? This is why we're writing tests, y'all, because Melange's runtime does not have any type definitions, so it's reading out errors like this. Okay, so we need to say that this is gonna be, we need single type of T. Single type of T. My tmux prefix is control semicolon. It's a very personal question. What's my screen prefix? I don't use screen.
Functions
Thank you for the follow, Pedix.
describe the world.
What's your icon size? My font size is 22 and 24 when I stream. Are you wearing pants? Do you want me to be wearing pants?
Describe the world.
Statistically average, yeah. That's a great point, Ryan. My font is Mona Lisa, Mono, or something like that. I forget what it is now. Mona Lisa. I feel like it's Mona Lisa, Mona. Mono Lisa. It's cool because you can like configure it. Like I like my little fancy Fs. You can change up your Gs. Pretty cool. Am I tickling? I don't know what that means. That feels predatory. Wrecked. I just got wrecked. Priv wrecked me. Okay, well that fix worked. Excellent. Great. All right, so what's the next thing? Great. Great, 36 passes. So chat, the really cool thing about fast check is we have 36 test cases in our file, but 2,115 expect calls. Like we tested 2,115 different variations across our tests without having to write them all out ourselves. That's why fast check is amazing. Okay, that looks good. We did append. Great. Now write test for at. Fast check is property testing for TS? Yes, Meta. Can you do a run with 100,000 passes? I'm not sure. I've never tried configuring it beyond the defaults, but we can try. Oh, this is cool. I should learn how to use this better. Oh, it has rescript bindings too? Wow, that's cool. We should publish some, we should publish melange bindings using melange FFI. In fact, I'm gonna make a note to do that. Let's see here. Where's my scratch pad? Ignore some of this shit. Amy.so, I have not, but I'll look in a second. Don't need any of that anymore. Don't need that. Let's say in here, I did that. Lazy optimizations, parser. I don't even remember what I was doing. Oh, this would be cool to make, actually. Let's add a dash. And we'll say write fast check melange bindings. Oops. Yes, Ryan, you should read that. I mean, I don't know if you really need to read it. I would just like it, at least in my experience in TypeScript, OCaml, and even Java, it's been really easy to just drop in the testing library, the property testing library. So like I would just like, rather than reading a whole book, just try the library. And I think it will highlight its value pretty quickly if you're not already using property-based testing. Oh, that's pretty. Okay, I don't need all this fluff. This actually seems interesting. So I've had this problem where I've tried a bajillion different to-do apps, note-taking apps, calendar apps, like all the things, and I go like real deep in on a system and an app for like a week, and then I stop using it, and the only thing I can stick to is just vomiting shit into notes. So I might look into this because it seems interesting. Yeah, we'll take a look at that later today. All right, let's go grab our tests that are probably done. And let's see what they came up with. Damn it. All right, so they all passed. Should retrieve the correct element for a valid index in a non-empty list. Perfect. Should return an error for an index out of bounds. Perfect. Should return perfect. Should return an error for an empty list. Perfect. All right, that's actually the whole test suite. That was great. This is why I like having ChatGPT write my test for me, because like it would have taken me 20, 30 minutes to write all these out and get it right. And instead we got it in 30 seconds. So the next up is at, and now it's find. Now do find. And we'll just now do map. Yeah, I don't actually take many notes. My notes are more like reminders than anything. How do I get so many freaking tabs open? Rond, you are just you have a problem. That's what I'm gonna say right now, is you have a serious problem with tabs. All right, let's see what they spit out, and we can get them to write map while we're doing this. Okay, so we've got a problem. Let's fix our problem. Yeah, this can just be any, I don't care. So find, should find an element that satisfies the predicate. Value equals array 0, sure. Let's find predicate. And what test is failing? Should return an error if no element satisfies the predicate. Okay. That should be any. That's not super safe. Perfect. Okay, that looks good. And now we should have map done, except that ChatGPT choked. Boom, new goal. All right, so what does mapped say? It should correctly transform each element in a non-empty list. It should return an empty list when mapping an empty list. It should preserve the order of elements after mapping. Great, that looks perfect. And now let's go fix its errors. Sure. Okay. All right, so where is our fail? Should correctly transform each element in a non-empty list. So let's make this our only test. Remember to run your remaining tests after any deletions and ensure your changes. Lol. So we convert our list, func, returns anything. Huh, that's interesting.
Functions describe the world.
Okay, so what's happening here? Oh man, I don't want to like dive into debugging this. So let's do the same debugging. Well, actually, let's try to use some of the debugging that it has built in, right? We have some debugging capabilities here that I haven't tried yet. Thank you, Meta. I don't think this is actually going to help me. Thank you, Rond. Okay, I don't think this is going to do what we wanted, so it's fine. Let's just go back to our simple logging debugging. Sure, whatever. We want Jesus Christ. Function is undefined. Is that really the problem? It shouldn't be. This shouldn't be able to be undefined. Function list, it calls the function with the index and the value. That looks fine. How is function coming in undefined? I actually don't know what's happening here. Let's get rid of this. This shouldn't be possible, I don't think. All right, let's try to write an easier test case here. And let's just not use fast check for a second, and we'll say const list equals, yep, sure. And then we'll say map list, sure. And then let's just say expect list option dot unwrap list dot head to equal 2. Yeah. We don't need inspect going. So that passed. So let's try doing the same sort of assertion that our other test did. Let's see here. So it looks like it's saying, I have no idea what it's saying the function is there. Const alt hash. I wonder if hash has a, so we got that, and let's throw this in here, put that there. This will be a transform function. You can delete this. Sure. This is any. And hash. Okay, we got a hash. And we get that from stringify. Okay, great. If I just return I don't think this is even possible to happen. I like can't figure out what's happening here. So really this is going to be index and value. And this will be there's the problem. Okay. That was stupid. This is going to be, how do I even say this? Okay, I have to wrap the transform function. That's what I have to do. So then we say const wrapped transform function. That's definitely not what we want. It's going to be a index and a value. This will be any, and this will be a number. Stupid. And this is going to call our transform function on the value. Yeah, there we go. Stupid. Stupid, stupid, stupid. So dumb. Do I have this backwards? T index. I do have this backwards. Okay, that still works. There we go. Okay. That was so dumb. So stupid. Okay. Okay, we're still passing there. Let's get rid of our skips. Passing there, should return an empty list. Yeah, good. Sure. All right, great. That was so annoyingly hard to work through. The next one we're going to do is going to be filter. What up, Pedro? Every time I get a notification, I get so anxious because I'm hoping it's my offer letter. Why Pedro's colors don't match chat? I don't know what you mean, Dave. Warren Buffering himself from Triangle Company. Oh, I think that it's random per person. What up, C Films? Okay, great. We got a bunch of failures now. Let's go fix up our ish. So I'm betting we have a mix-up again where our index... All right, so what's failing? Should return the same list if all elements satisfy the predicate. So let's say this is only... And what is the... So what is happening here? So we're keeping elements at even indices, which we can use the same predicate here. I don't know why they did that. I'm assuming that didn't pass us, yeah. So why would that happen? Let's go in here. I bet we have to flip our function. I almost guarantee you that we have to flip our function. Yep, that was the problem. Look at all the bugs I had in here and didn't even know it. Dave, I think I'm gonna publish Melange's runtime to npm and generate .dts files for it, because that would probably have helped me in a lot of these instances. Great. Should return an empty list when no elements satisfy the predicate. Great. Should return the same list of all elements satisfy the predicate. Chain elements that satisfy. That's the same test as the first one. It should return an empty list when filtering an empty list. Sure. Great. All right. Next up is filter map. We're gonna have to flip the function again, I bet. Next rate fast check test for reduce. And I don't think what got me into, just got here. So Sam, I got really positive feedback yesterday. And I'm just waiting on an email. So I'm not gonna feel relieved and not anxious until I actually have the offer and it's signed. But all signs are pointing to it happening. So keep the good vibes and fingers crossed. But what got me into OCaml is that I started a job about a year and a half ago where all of our backend services were written in OCaml, and I've kind of just stuck with it and fallen in love with the language. What's my email address? My first name dot last name at gmail.com. Pretty easy to find. You gonna email me, Warren? You gonna send me the official word? So this only takes one value, so we don't actually have to flip it. Right. All right, so let's go grab our test for filter map. Actually, we should have it rewrite these tests. Rewrite these tests given the new implementation and types for filter map. Yoink. $12-year-old OCaml prodigy at gmail.com. Yep. It's all right. My email is literally everywhere, so I don't really care. Great. Okay, they all pass. We just have type issues because we have just a really good type system in TypeScript. I don't know if I've ever talked about how much I love TypeScript's type system, but like, it's just so good, chat. Like, I don't know why you would want any other sort of type system. Like, unsound gradually typed type systems are just... Should correctly transform and filter element in a non-empty list. Great. Filtered list. So that should keep all of them. So let's just say this is going to be say this is going to be what are we going to say here? Change math.random. Yeah, that looks great. Oh, wait, that doesn't actually make sense. Yeah, we can't do that. Okay, we'll just say this is going to be a number. Right, integer, yeah. And then on our transform function, we'll say this is a number. And we'll say value percent, yeah. Great. Should return an empty list when all elements are none. Great. Should return an empty list when applied to an empty list. Good. Should only include elements for which the function returns some. I think we already. Sure. Yep, that looks good. And let's copy this function up here. It's like basically the same test, but we gotta change this to a number. List array, integer. CFilms is a general purpose programming language, so it can basically do anything. Great, that works. Okay, and the final function we need to put under test in the list module is going to be our reduce function. Yoink. Now write tests for our reduce function. Look at that while loop doing a reduce. Should it accumulate correctly for non-empty lists? Great. Should return the initial accumulator for an empty list? Yeah. Should that be? Yeah. Should correctly use the index in the reducer function. Let's find out. We got a toggle bit raid. Let's go. Thank you for the raid, toggle bit. Appreciate you. Welcome, raiders. We are working on writing property tests for our little FFI library to make binding JavaScript functions to OCaml easier. And right now we are working through our list module. So our accumulator, where's our initial value come from? It's going to be a number. So we'll say our initial value will be, this will be a number. And this will also be a number. Great. We're using numbers down here as well. So we'll say number and number. Great. Empty list, we'll say just a list of any. Great. And this will also be a number. And do the same thing here. And index will also be a number. Wow. Nubmer. Classic typo. Okay. Hold on. Hodl. This is a array list, actually. No, it's not. It's a array of a thing where it's like value, number, index, number. There we go. Okay, so I think our entire list module is property tested. Thank you, S9T Pepper, for the follow. Super appreciate you hanging out. So now we can move on to our options and result modules. We don't need this export anymore. That looks good. And let's just run our full test suite again. So let's come over here and do a bun test everything. Great. So we have 64 tests, but because we're using a property testing framework, that being FastCheck, we actually had 4,619 tests run. That is the beauty of property testing. Awesome. You love to see it. So that's not what I wanted. Get rid of that. And let's go
Functions
over.
describe the world.
Thank you for the 5 months of subs, Roasted. Super appreciate you. Roasted is one of the true OGs in this stream. So let's write our option.test.ts. And we can come in here and actually we can just like gank most of that, paste that in here, delete in that, great. Bring this in from bun, doink those, paste those. All right, so we're doing the option module now. So let's clear our harpoon. That looks good. Let's go add this to harpoon, go to option. In your own words, what is property testing? So property testing is going to be a form of testing where the property testing framework is going to generate tens, hundreds, thousands of values to pass into the function under test in an attempt to break it. You can kind of put constraints on that. You can make your own arbitrary values to generate. It's pretty powerful. Even using really strong type systems, I find that it still even catches edge cases that I wouldn't expect. So I'm a huge fan. So let's come over here. Like here's an example, right? So we're using FastCheck and we're going to do a FastCheck assertion. And then in our property test, we want to generate some arbitrary array of arbitrary integers. We get that array, and then we're going to put that under test. And it's going to run over this function like hundreds or thousands of times with different inputs. Yeah, it's fuzz testing. Exactly. Okay, now we're moving on to our option module. The first function to write tests for will be sum. Great, perfect. That's the exact test we want. So now let's get our bun test option -- watch running. Great. 3 passing tests. And let's jump back. What's my harpoon look like? Oh, I never harpooned. Okay, so we have that. Next, we're going to do none. This one should be a really fast test. Now, write FastCheck tests for none. Now write FastCheck tests for is sum. Chat, I'm actually unfortunately gonna have to wrap up here in a quick minute. I have a meeting at 11, so we're gonna get these 2 tests in and then find somebody to raid. Let's see who's streaming. Leo, are you gonna stream today if you're still around? Because if you are, let's get this raid ready to go.
Functions describe the world.
Thank you for the follow, C Films. And for all the raiders that just joined, I stream every Monday through Friday, 7 a.m. Eastern Time to around 10 a.m. Eastern Time. We went a little longer today. But yeah, we're going to be working on this, a bunch of really cool OCaml and JavaScript interop stuff, and then more broadly working on the OCaml ecosystem over the next couple weeks and months. So if that's something that's interesting, you know, give me a follow and hang out. Let's hope that that passed. Did. Great. Yeah, we'll go into Spiridon if okay, let's try to get this last test in our last minute here. I guess we should probably evaluate these test cases. None should create empty objects. Great, great. Yeah, that looks perfect. Let's paste that in. Is sum. Awesome. All our option tests are working so far. All right, y'all, we're going to raid Spiridon. Go show him some love. Sorry, raiders, that we're raiding so quickly again. I missed this meeting on my calendar. So, yeah. My keyboard is a Keychron Q4. And if you hang out, you can wager 1,000 points to try to win a copy of it. All right, y'all, we will be back. I will probably actually be streaming tomorrow because my significant other has to work all day. But if I don't, we'll be back Monday at 7 a.m. Eastern Time. Have a lovely day, y'all. Appreciate all the new follows.